Hello YouTubers, my name is Sketchy and I do drawing tutorials. I do pretty complicated stuff, so I guess this is my first video and I guess I'm going to do a special one. I'm going to draw a dragon. I'm going to teach you step through step on how to draw a dragon. I also apologize for the strangely slanted screen because I'm using my iPod to film this, so it's hard to get an angle from my view. But it should be coming out in pretty good essence, I guess. It'll be okay videotaping, and hopefully I'll be able to get a better video. Okay, so what you will need is a mechanical pencil, a Sharpie pen, another mechanical pencil, a 07. The first one was 05 lead. This is a Bic, and this is a Paper Mate. An anime marker. It's optional. You do not have to use an anime marker. And my second anime marker. The ones that I use are Prismacolor. You can get those at Blick, Hobby Lobby, and Michaels, and Copic Sketch. You can also get these at the places where you can find Sketch. This one, Prismacolor. So, I will be drawing a dragon, and I will try to go as slowly as possible, but I'm a really fast drawer, so it's going to be kind of hard for me. So let's get started. I usually start off with the 05 pencil. So first you start out with a nice round circle. Okay? From here, you take the circle and you draw a line through it. I'm going to do a side view dragon, so this is the easiest that I'm good at. Okay. You draw a circle, kind of kind of fourth way into the line, towards this side or that side. It doesn't really matter to me. Or, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it looks good both ways. You draw a slit in the middle. That stands for the dragon's pupil. Then, you kind of draw the eyelid out. Like so. I'll bring it up closer to the camera. So, you can see the iris, the slit, and the eyelid. Then from here, draw a circle right next to there. I'm going to outline it right now because it'll be a lot easier for you to see it. Like this. Then, you kind of bring over the snout, just kind of like a loop and a bent L, like this. And you kind of bring it back the way it came. And you do another loop. And bring it back down and around. Okay, now you draw the nostril in. And you draw the teeth. I always like to draw my dragons with kind of a weird tongue that like sticks out or something. So that's what I did. Now you go over it with Sharpie. Like this. Something I forgot to mention is that you do not have to use Sharpie pen. It also works with gel pens, but gel pens do tend to smear, so I do not suggest gel pens. Okay. Bring the tongue back over. And then, kind of over here, I always imagine dragons, because they are, like, quote, quote, reptiles. So, you have to draw this filament that's kind of on the side of their mouths, like right there. There, okay. So then, I like to draw like a crescent over the eye, and crescent scales kind of over here. It is optional, you do not have to do that. Okay. Then, you kind of bring it over a very majestic horn. And you kind of bring over the scales like that. For the horn coloring, I like to kind of make little short lines, kind of like it's a shiny bone. And then you just copy it to the other side. And there you have it, the head of the dragon. Now, oops, sorry, I forgot. Draw the crescent underneath the neck as well. Then you start on the neck, which is kind of just like a loop-de-loop. Like this. I'm going to draw a a Chinese lung, which is a dragon without wings. But they are pretty cool anyways. So lung dragons have kind of like this beautiful mane that goes across their back. Like this. And then you kind of bring down the scales. And you just add some details. Like this. It is optional to do scales like this. But it's pretty much just a V, 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 V. So you just continue to do this throughout the body. Although it does look very cool if there are some out-of-the-way scales, kind of like these that I drew earlier. It makes it look much more sketchy. Okay, so I guess you can do the scales later. Then you kind of work on this part. You just bring the body around. Oh, I'm running out of paper. Okay, you bring the tail around and you just come over like a hook. Like this. If you can see it. And then you work on the arms, which are like this. Like that. With this, you do the other arm like this. Chinese lungs are often known to be carrying kind of like a pearl. So I drew the claws kind of like human hands holding a round ball. So now you go over and you outline these. Now, I will be adding talons at the very end, so don't worry. This dragon will look much cooler at the very end. Okay, so you kind of bring it back over here. And you just outline it. And do little sparkles around the orb. Now, you keep making V's, like this. Now the scales can be many different types. They can be rounder or less round. But whatever you want is what the dragon will be. So then to draw talons, you just kind of go outwards like this. You just kind of draw them like really long nails. And talons are also optional. It makes them look a little bit more majestic, to me apparently. But as I said before, they are optional, and it is an option to draw them. They take a little bit of time to make them a little bit perfect, but in all, it makes them look much better. So then you just kind of outline the body. Asian lung dragons look very much like snakes. So you just kind of outline here, but then you stop right around here. This is where the back legs will be. The back legs are going to be like kind of like this. Like that. So then you just kind of outline them. And then, as usual, you just continue with the snake-like body. Like this. Let's continue the snake-like body, as I said before. It is okay to go out of the lines when drawing this. That's what I usually do because I messed up or something. So, there, now you can see the whole picture. Now you just have to go in with the details, which are the talons on the back claws. And you take this, you just continue to do this around And remember, this dragon is at an angle. It's kind of slithering around like a snake. So you have to make sure that the fur goes around it. Because dragons are three-dimensional, and they aren't like what I'm drawing. Even though I don't believe that they exist, it would be kind of cool if you could see one in the sky. So, now that you've finished the body mane, all you need to do is just continue with the scales. The scales do not have to be exactly perfect or anything like that. Scales are very optional as well. Most of the times, dragons look really cool and much more realistic with scales. So I usually draw them on my dragons. And so you just continue with the scales. Scales. At the very end of the video, I will angle this so you can see it at normal view. Oh, by the way, scales should not line up perfectly. If they line up perfectly, it looks like a second grader drew it. You need to make sure they're kind of uneven like this. So keep on scaling. Get it? Ha ha ha, I'm so funny. Anyways, so you continue to draw these scales. Alright. We're almost done with the scales. So once we're done, okay, here we go. We're done.